The Galactic Education Summit convened once every standard cycle aboard the orbital platform, Zenith 7, where representatives from 43 civilized species gathered to discuss pedagogical developments. This year, the newest members, the humans, had been invited to present their curriculum. Ambassador Elizabeth Chen stood before the assembled delegates, her dark hair pulled back in a professional bun, a datapad clutched in her hands. Beside her, Noah Martinez adjusted his formal jacket nervously, acutely aware of the hundreds of eyes, stalks, and sensory organs focused upon them. Distinguished educators, Elizabeth began, her voice steady despite the butterflies in her stomach. We're honored to share Earth's educational framework with you today. The Valorian delegate, a crystalline being that refracted light into rainbow patterns, pulsed with curiosity. Please proceed, human Elizabeth. We are most interested in how your species prepares its young for civilization. Noah activated the holographic display, and images of Earth classrooms materialized above the podium. Our children begin formal education around age 5 or 6, he explained. The core subjects include mathematics, language arts, sciences, and social studies. A murmur of approval rippled through the chamber. The curriculum seemed standard enough, unremarkable even. However, Elizabeth continued, a slight smile playing at her lips. We also maintain certain traditional skills in our educational programs. The Curix ambassador, whose species had evolved in the sanitized environments of generation ships, leaned forward with interest. Traditional skills? Please elaborate. Survival training, Noah said simply. Every human child learns basic wilderness survival. This includes fire starting, shelter construction, water purification, and foraging. The chamber fell silent. It was the Thoraxian delegate who finally spoke, their translator device rendering their chittering into standard galactic. Forgive me, but did you say fire starting? As in creating combustion reactions manually? With sticks, friction, or flint and steel, Elizabeth confirmed. Usually by age 12. The Valorian's luminescence flickered with confusion. But why? Surely your civilization possesses adequate heating and cooking technology. Noah's expression grew serious. We do. But humans have a saying, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. Our history has taught us that technology can fail, infrastructure can collapse. Disasters happen. Our ancestors survived ice ages, volcanic winters, and countless catastrophes, Elizabeth added. They did it with nothing but their ingenuity and their hands. We teach our children these skills because we refuse to forget where we came from, or what we're capable of enduring. The Curix ambassador's appendages trembled. You intentionally teach your offspring to survive technological collapse? That seems pessimistic. We call it pragmatic, Noah replied. Tell me, Ambassador, what would your children do if their life support systems failed? The question hung in the air like a challenge. The Curix had no answer. Elizabeth pulled up new images. Children building fires in forests, constructing shelters from branches, identifying edible plants. This isn't our only curriculum, of course. Our children also study advanced physics, programming, bioengineering. But we believe that a truly educated person should be capable at all levels of technology, from quantum computers down to sharpened rocks. Sharpened rocks, the Thoraxian repeated, their mandibles clicking in disbelief. For cutting, hunting, or defense, Noah explained matter-of-factly. Stone tools sustained humanity for 2 million years. They're simple, effective, and can be manufactured from raw materials anywhere. The Valorian pulsed with an emotion their species expressed as deep orange, concern mixed with fascination. This seems to suggest an expectation of societal collapse. Do humans anticipate the end of their civilization? Elizabeth shook her head. Not expect, prepare for the possibility. Our planet has experienced multiple extinction events. Supervolcanoes, asteroid impacts, ice ages, pandemics. Humans survive them all, often by mere threads. That resilience, that adaptability, is our greatest strength, and we pass it down deliberately. She advanced the presentation to show teenagers navigating wilderness courses, treating injuries with improvised materials, and purifying water through multiple methods. We also teach emergency medicine, basic mechanics, electrical systems, agriculture, and animal husbandry. A human child who completes standard education should theoretically be able to rebuild civilization from scratch if necessary. That's horrifying, whispered the Curix ambassador. That's inspiring, countered a voice from the back. Commander Jakea of the Draken Confederacy stood, their scaled features arranged in what might have been respect. My people are warriors, yet we've grown dependent on our technology. When I crashed on the moon of Sereth 4, I nearly died because I couldn't start a fire without my equipment. A human child could have survived. Noah nodded. That's exactly the point. We're not teaching our children to abandon technology. We're teaching them never to become helpless without it. Elizabeth brought up the final slide, a quote from human history. One of our philosophers, Robert Heinlein, once said, "A human being should be able to change a diaper, plan an invasion, butcher a hog, con a ship, design a building, write a sonnet, balance accounts, build a wall, set a bone, comfort the dying, take orders, give orders, cooperate, act alone, solve equations, analyze a new problem, pitch manure, program a computer, cook a tasty meal, fight efficiently, die gallantly. Specialization is for insects." The chamber erupted in a cacophony of reactions, shock, admiration, horror, and something that might have been envy. The Valorian's light dimmed to a thoughtful amber. Your species is either supremely paranoid or remarkably wise. Perhaps both. We've earned the right to be both, Elizabeth said quietly. We climbed from caves to starships in 10,000 years. And we did it by never forgetting how to make fire when the lights went out. As the session concluded and the delegates filed out, Noah heard fragments of conversation, species reconsidering their own curricula, debates about the balance between specialization and generalization, and more than one admission that perhaps humans weren't quite as soft as they'd appeared. The Dracon commander approached them, offering a gesture of respect. "I would like to send observers to your schools," Jakah said. "My people could learn from this philosophy." Elizabeth smiled. "We'd be honored. Just be prepared, your observers will be expected to start their own fires." Jakah's laugh rumbled like distant thunder. "I would expect nothing less from humans." As they left the chamber, Noah glanced at Elizabeth. "Think we scared them?" "Definitely," she replied. "But maybe that's not such a bad thing. Let the galaxy know. Humans are the species that teaches its children to survive the apocalypse before lunch and calculus after." "Humanity, fuck yeah," Noah murmured with a grin. Elizabeth laughed. Exactly. Behind them, the delegates continued their debates. But one thing had become clear. Humanity's children were being prepared not just for prosperity, but for anything the universe could throw at them. And perhaps that was the most frightening and impressive curriculum of all.